Android users, you can now have TYT in the palm of your hand. Our TYT app is available for download in the Google Play Store. Just go to tyt.com/app to find out more.
Ted Cruz is concerned because his Democratic challenger, Beto O'Rourke, is running a very tight race, very, very tight race. And so Cruz has decided to do something that I think makes him look so pathetic, and I enjoy every minute of it. He's begging Donald Trump for help.
Oh God, he's so
Please
sad.
come to Texas and help me. I want your help.
I wonder if he's doing that
so
shimmy.
Good.
I bet he is.
It's so good. Okay.
I bet he is.
Okay, let me give you the details. All right, so he telegraphed his need to the president during a campaign stop. Here's what he said. I would certainly welcome his, meaning Trump's support, and I hope to see him in Texas. I think we are likely to see the president down in Texas before the election. So look, I love this because if you can recall, during the primaries, before the lead up to the 2016 election, Cruz and Trump didn't get along because Trump said some horrible things, not only about Cruz, but about Cruz's family. We have evidence, take a look.
His father was with Lee Harvey Oswald prior to Oswald being, shot. I mean, the whole thing is ridiculous. What is this, right prior to his being shot? What was he doing with Lee Harvey Oswald shortly before the death, before the shooting? It's horrible.
Spilling the beans is quite simple when it comes to Heidi Cruz. She is a Bush operative. She worked for the architect of NAFTA. So spilling the beans on Heidi Cruz simply means that her entire career has been spent working against everything Ted Cruz says that he stands for.
It's not easy to tick me off. I don't get angry often. But you mess with my wife, you mess with my kids, that'll do it every time. Donald, you're a sniveling coward, and leave Heidi the hell alone.
They asked Ted Cruz, serious question, well, what do you think of waterboarding? Is it okay? And honestly, I thought he'd say absolutely, and he didn't. She just said a terrible thing. You know what she said? Shout it out, because I don't want to. She said, I never expect to hear that from you again. She said he's a pussy. That's terrible. Terrible.
I am not in the habit of supporting people who attack my wife and attack my father. If you go and slander and attack Heidi, that I'm going to nonetheless come like a servile puppy dog and say thank you very much for maligning my wife and maligning my father.
What happened now, puppy dog? Bark, dog, bark. Okay, pretty please, the president, I expect him to come down and help me, pretty please. My name is Reek.
Oh, it's so good.
And look, when he's doing the fake tough guy stuff, that's what conservatives, you can't see through that. Look, we know when there's someone on our side who's a fraud. You can't see that guy's a fraud, how incredibly weak he is, and that when he's doing the tough guy, you sniveling coward, I will defend my wife. He looks like a politician when he's saying he's going to defend his wife, okay?
I would be, as someone who's also a wife, not to Ted Cruz, but to a great man. If my husband did what Ted Cruz did, I would be turned off for the rest of my life. Like, I would never sleep with my husband again. I'm just keeping it 100. If someone, let's go to graphic 57. This is what Trump had tweeted about Ted Cruz's wife during the election. Okay, Ted Cruz's wife on the left, Melania Trump obviously on the right. A picture is worth 1,000 words.
And then it says no need to spill the beans. So the spill the beans controversy is not interesting, but the point of this was clearly she's ugly.
Oh my God, never gonna sleep with my husband again. It's over, it's over.
I mean, that's an open-handed slap, boy. You're gonna sit there and bleed or gonna do something about it. Instead, let's go to picture 64 here. This is what Ted Cruz did, not even like 2 years later.
Oh, it's so
During the campaign, he was unmanned. After he said, I'm gonna fight Trump, and he called him a coward and he wouldn't endorse him in the convention, and guess what happened? The donors slammed the door in Cruz's face. That's a literal story. After his speech at the convention, he went upstairs to kiss the ring of the Mercers that were his top donors that had given him $13 million during the primary to Cruz. And now they'd switched over to Team Trump. And when he didn't endorse Trump, they slammed a door in his face. And immediately thereafter, show me the picture again. Cruz was Said, okay, I endorse, I'm so sorry.
Oh, so good.
And then he went and did phone banking for Donald Trump. That's my favorite picture in the world. Okay, in Texas, you're gonna have that so-called man represent you? I thought you guys were tough in Texas.
Not so tough anymore.
Oh my God. And so now for him to be like, I hope Donald Trump comes and helps me in Texas. Oh, you're the saddest man in America. It's Beto versus Beta.
Oh, so good.
Okay, so and if you don't know, I love doing this story too. In when Time named their 100 most influential people of 2018, of course they named Donald Trump. That's normal. The person who wrote a fawning description of Donald Trump, it could have been anybody. He made Cruz do it. Oh, he's reek. And Cruz came in and said, yes, yes. And he wrote a fawning like, Donald Trump is so great and he's so wonderful. I mean, he called your wife ugly, but he also said your dad was a murderer. He said your dad was involved in the conspiracy to kill JFK. Who would forgive that? I mean, look, I would rather retire from politics than bow my head to that guy.
Oh my God.
But that's not in his nature. Ted Cruz he did what every Republican does, projection. When he called Trump a sniveling coward, what he was saying is, I am a sniveling coward. And he did what sniveling cowards do.
Oh.
He offered his submission. He cucked himself.
Oh.
So Beto O'Rourke is now within 1 point. And of course, what do sniveling cowards do? They panic. So he's in a panic that this guy's gonna beat him, and he's asking for help from Papa Trump. Oh, I love how pathetic that is. That's Ted Cruz in a nutshell. 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below, then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.